Good evening, folks, and welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. I'm JP. I'm joined this evening by my good man, Mr. Ryan Clifford. Good evening, mate. Hope you're well, and we missed you in Morven, mate. Me, Barry, and Big Alan. To be fair, we're kind of talking about you behind your back, and that so wasn't happening. So I told him I was going to call you in about that, me, man. But I hope you're well. It's good to see you.
Sorry, mate. I've been called a lot worse in my life, mate. So it's all right. They two can batter on. That's all right. No, I actually watched the podcast. Obviously after the day job today, mate. Good podcast for the three of you. So good, obviously. No, but what I like is about us is we don't all agree, and you can debate on different things. No, I think this, and I think that, which is obviously good as well. So it'd be a too easy world if we all agreed to everything. So it just shows you that even though Celtic are doing well, there's still things, i.e. positions or players that longer term are they going to be for you? I don't know. So there's always a conversation with Celtic IP. So I'm good, mate. Obviously, it's getting to the international right now, so not much on Celtic, but I think we can all go on, mate. That you can never know talk about Celtic, so it's always good to be on here, mate, and have a wee chat as well. So hope you're well as well, mate.
Cheers, mate. Well, that's that. I mean, you've hit the nail right in the head, mate. It's never a dull day. There's always something with Celtic, mate. That's the beauty of Celtic. There's never a quiet moment. That's the club we support, mate. That's, we're massive. There's always something you can chat about. And that's why we're here tonight, mate, 'cause I thought it'd be ideal for myself and you to get a wee catch up, obviously, and to have a wee chat about the up and coming transfer window, the January window. First of all, just touching on quickly before we get into that, what do you reckon? Obviously, the beginning of our chat as well in the Morven. What do you think, Ryan, in terms of the way things are going, the way Celtic have started the season, and then obviously we've only lost one game, mate, up to now. I don't care what league you play in, mate, that's a formidable start, and that wasn't even a domestic game that we lost.
It's been pretty impressive. I think if somebody gave you this at the start of the season, you'd have probably said, I will take it all day long. Yeah. Unbeaten in the league. I think we've only conceded 3 or 4 goals in the league.
Yep.
Which is phenomenal. Doing very decent in Europe. So I think all in all, it's been a very decent start of the season. No, the fact we've not lost a game, I know we get beat off Dortmund, but take away that, the rest of the campaign's been pretty solid, and I don't think we'll get any complaints. I think if we were going to have any complaints, we'd be kind of nitpicking. And the only complaint would be the Dortmund game, because not every game you play, especially after Europe, the fact we've come after Europe, JP, still won the games. Yes, listen, we want good football, and football's about entertainment and winning games. I get that, but the be all and end all, see if you get 3 points. Nobody really cares how you get the result. You just need to get the results. Obviously, we've seen it last season when we weren't performing, but we're winning games.
There's more. There's more. Like different for last season. Yeah. Now there's more of a performance.
I think last season the reason why we were a wee bit, because the performances weren't changing, and you know yourself, when you play football and performances don't change, eventually you're going to end up points. But the fact that we've only had 1 or 2 like that, then we've got back to the football. That's what's impressive. So I think we can clearly see now that if it wasn't there before, the message is clearly there, but the manager and the players have all bought into it, and even the new signings are bought into it. Your Engels and Valle and guys like that. So, like McKibben as well. So I don't think we've got any real complaints, mate, so far.
Yeah, 100%. And to you guys, the viewers that are tuning in, and the ones that have already commented, I hope you're all well. I know the weather is telling us here that it's taking a wee turn, and that's the last couple of mornings we've been out, and cars have all been frosted over a wee bit, and it is getting colder, guys. So, like I said, I hope you're all well. Hope nobody's suffering too much in this weather change, and how it can affect people with a cold or a flu or all that jazz. You know, a lot of people will be going for a flu jabs very soon, or if they've not, they've already went for them. it's coming to that time of the year. But all in all, I hope all you guys are well as well. If you are new to the channel, like I've said before, come and join the family. Click the like and the subscribe button. It's totally free. We don't charge you. We just take your money and otherwise.
Have 10 shows in that.
Aye, definitely. But all in all, we are a friendly bunch and we will dearly be indebted to you for the rest of our days if you do. This is something I'm going to mention, guys. I know I've said this a couple of times already, but I don't know if it might have already happened, it might not have. Guys, if you are watching us, if you have social media, or if you know someone who's up social media, can you please hit the like and subscribe for us? We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers and we're trying to do that before Christmas. So that would be a big Brucey bonus for you guys, the supporters, if you could help us along the way. So please hit the like and the subscribe. If you can, share it amongst your Celtic friends and Celtic family so we can all be the one big family. I'm probably sounding a wee bit like Brendan Rodgers. I believe me, I've not got into me, so definitely no. But let's get to some of the comments, Ryan, before we kick it in, mate, what we're going to be chatting about. And first up, evening JP, Ryan, and the chat. Vincent O'Brien, hail from Dublin. Come on the Celtic. John Clifford, hola lads. He needs to stop us with this hola patter. Definitely. Craig McLean also. He says, hail lads. Mark McDonald says, oh my God, double JP. Got to be on the overtime now. Hard yards, mate. Got to put in the hard yards to get the benefit. Listen, the gaffer doesn't get a lot of time off, mate. I'm always busy. That's the choice. When you sign a contract, mate, you're signed up for goodness. Mark Nichol, how you doing, mate? Says hi everyone. Hope you're all good. John Maloney, good evening, lads. Hope you're both good. Evening, John. Hope you're well, pal. Is there any truth in these reports about Fitzgerald? And well, there is definite truth in it because Celtic have scouted the lad. What's that, Ryan? About 7 times now. We know that they've been in attendance to his matches. There's obviously been a period of absence with him because of his injury. He did get injured. But I do reckon there's an element of truth to some of that. We've said it before many times on here, John. If guys like Stephen McGowan and stuff are putting their name to things, then there's got to be an element of substance behind it, Ryan. Harry Shannon, I wonder if he's any relation to Del Shannon, who just wants to run away, apparently, according to his song. But Harry says, what's impressed me is how well Celtic have bounced back after the Dortmund result. Very impressed. Yes, as we all are. And thought, just make us all a wee bit happier. They are frosted up just now. Predicted snow for Monday and Tuesday. I like coming on here. It's a good laugh.
It's a real laugh, isn't it?
It's a good laugh, mate. It's a good laugh. Mark McDonald says he liked the sound of Balak Wisha. He's not sure of the spelling. It doesn't matter. We understood what you meant, mate. Don't worry about the spelling. There's no spelling police in here tonight, so all good there, pal. Ryan, obviously the January window's approaching us and it's coming very, very fast. As a Celtic fan, mate, what's your early thoughts going into the window and what are you looking for immediately?
Probably first and foremost, I would say is the left back situation, whether Novae is staying in January or he's going or he's taking into the season. And I think you've got to roughly know around about the Christmas time, January time, if Greg Taylor's signing a new deal or no. Because if he's not, then either people might think I'm being harsh here, either punt him early if you can and get some money from him in January, or get somebody else in to maybe come in and maybe challenge that as well. Because I don't know, again, listen, it could be up. The manager might think differently, that he's happy to have him at the end of the season because then it saves getting out and buying somebody else. But for me, January, we need to start looking towards the qualifiers for the summer. People might think that's too early, but when have we ever been early for qualifiers? Never. So January for me is the best place to start. So it saves you. I know you can only sign so much in January because teams are trying for FA Cups down south, Scottish Cups here, leagues, Europeans. Teams are going for trophies. So you might not let the best players go or the guys that you want on your list. So try and maybe get one or two in that you maybe want to put in for the summer going forward. And it means it's less work in the summer for you to then go forward. So I'd probably say the left back situation is sorted. I think we'll be all right with Ralston to the end of the season with Johnson. But I think obviously longer term, I think in next summer, either Ralston goes on loan or we maybe say, look, Tony, amazing you've been here, but if Celtic are going to progress, JP, I think we need, I'm not saying we need to go and get somebody like Joseph Janovic, but we need somebody who's an able deputy that the quality doesn't drop too much for Alistair Johnson. Yes, that might constitute more money and might constitute two players challenging in big wages. That's down to the club, it's down to the manager to decide who he wants. But again, whoever the manager signs, JP, as much as we might not like the fee or we might not like the player or whatever, you've just got to trust the manager, the process he's doing. And will Burnley come back in the summer if he continues the way he's going, or so January he's back, one of the two? Will he go? They're talking crazy money from him now because he's doing well. I seen the report yesterday. Again, it's social media, so I don't believe it too much. There's reports about him maybe getting the Argentina squad. He's doing that well. Don't know if it's true.
He's absolutely flying, mate.
Again, I don't know I don't watch the games. I'm just going by reports for Argentina that I've seen.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's doing very well. So I think midfield were pretty fine to the end of the season. I don't see any major surgery. Maybe another striker, maybe on loan. Maybe just to kind of shore up that in case Admiric's injured or Kyogo. I know he can play Maeda there, but he's no. I know he can play there, but I think you lose that out of him when he plays it wide. So I would probably say the left back situation, JP. The left back situation and potentially another striker. I think everywhere else you're probably all right to know because you've got Scales there with Trusty and Vickers. You've got Welsh's backup if need be, and Nerofsky's backup if need be. So I think the only probably would be they two, mate. Probably. I don't know what you think about that, but if you're talking about necessity, I would say sort out the left back and then potentially another maybe a youth player come up or a first striker come in on loan just to kind of shore up the squad. But I don't know. Again, I don't know if you can sign anybody in January to play in Europe. I don't know if you can re-register.
I've looked into it since I started on when I was on. I
watched it. Then. So
up in the Morven, but no, you can't.
You're only really signing players to help you domestically to maybe tide you over to win the league. Hopefully,
the only way we'll be able to sign someone new is if we progress through past the group phase and then you're allowed to register more.
Well, if we're already potentially progressing, I just say before the Aston Villa game, we're into the playoffs or we're into the... So then you can sign somebody if you're into playoffs.
I don't think it's the playoffs, Ryan. No,
just the last 16?
I think it's the next phase, yeah. I think it's the next phase after
so that could impact the last few weeks of the window if you do end up going through. Listen, I know it's still going to be a hard ass to get through in the top 8, but if you did, it changes your transfer window because then you can maybe spend a bit of dough and go, let's give this a go. Do you know what I mean? So if you put a pinpoint on it and say, right, what is the one place or two places it had to be that you possibly look at? I would say the left back situation and possibly another striker, mate.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a wee comment there for Francis Lester. He says, evening, boys. Just like to thank yourselves and the viewers for the condolences and kind words on Monday evening there in response to the passing of Big Tony. Yeah, mate, not a problem. No worries. I did say to you when I was on the phone to you, pal, that I would definitely do that. So that's no problem, mate. And I hope everything's well. I hope you're doing well as well, pal. And you're not too down about things just now, and and you're still getting on and still able to do things that you need to do for yourself, Francis, as well. Because and obviously, I hope Tony's family are well also. And like I says, they are in our thoughts, mate. John Mulaney asks here, is it a case that Brendan Rodgers has one eye on Brent Bernaby coming back to Celtic or trying to keep Vi? John, there isn't an option for us to keep Vi, mate. So there isn't a... Vi's deal is strictly a loan deal. So there's no option to keep him. And going with what Mr. Steve McGowan, I mentioned him just a short time ago there, what he's saying is that Barcelona are actually looking to take Vi back to Barcelona in January. So I don't think there's an option for us to keep the lad. I know what you're saying, Ryan, in terms of that position. I don't think just now, personally, if I was a manager and a coach, I wouldn't be looking at a left back just now. I'd be looking at more of a right side rather than the left. Because I agree with you. I think if something happens to Alistair Johnston and we then need someone to come in that position, I would worry severely if it was Tony Ralston. Just for the fact that I don't think Tony has the right level of quality. Tony's a very good player. He's done well and he does. I wouldn't feel comfortable, Ryan, as a Celtic fan, if he had to play 10, 15 games and then be dependable. Listen, in saying that, we've done the same with Liam Scales, by the way. A lot of Celtic fans were all worried when he came into the team. He's now showed us over a period of time how dependable that he can be. And he's become a better player. There's no bones about it.
To be fair to Liam Scales, though, he played every week with Aberdeen. Ralston didn't play every week.
Yeah,
that's
true. Well, listen to John Baird the other day. I mean, John says if he told me he'd have been in a Celtic team and winning trophies and medals, I'd have told you he was steaming. So that's a real football man there that loves the game as much as us, and but played the game at a very good level also. Barry Bannon said the same thing. It's that side of things is baffling. And I get it, right? I totally get it. I can understand the gripe about Tony Ralston. But I'm not going over the top with the lad. I mean, he's done very, very well, and he gives his all every time he goes.
There's a level of player.
No. 100%. But we cannot, and I'll say this again, we cannot have two Alistair Johnsons in the team out also. But what we can get is someone who is at a better level, even a young lad, because you look at Vi's a young lad, but Celtic fans are already now saying that they think he's an upgrade on Greg Taylor. For me, just now, I think there's still a wee bit of time shyness there in terms of he's not been here, he's not been there long enough. Greg Taylor's done it over a long period of time. Brendan Rodgers called, Greg Taylor a specialist. That's great words for a manager. He didn't have to. I know he was backing his player, but he didn't have to go all out and do that. He could have said, yeah, he's a good player, he does well, he's dependable, blah, blah, blah. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to then go one better and say that. So, but I think personally, Ryan, I would like to see us bringing in another right back, or the same as Big Barry McCandless the other day. I agree with that. I think I would like to see a versatile player, a guy that can cover at centre back as well if needed.
Don't say that. Don't say that to Alex Ray now.
No, I'm not saying that to Alex Ray. No, a guy that can play 2 or 3 positions, but someone of that ilk that can, come in and.
What about James Sands? Just sign him. He can play anywhere. That's all right.
Just apart from Scotland, couldn't play in Scotland, could he? I think they signed Jamie Quicksands instead of, because he was just for the minute he got here, he sank. No, I would like to see another winger brought in as well. I think we're short in the wide positions. You look at Palma, you could argue Yang as well. Yang did very well in that last Champions League outing, but again, with Brendan, it's horses for courses, Ryan. So we needed speed. That was how Yang get brought on instead of James Forrest, instead of Lewis Palmer, because he's pace. He's got blistering pace, and he came onto a game that he was physically able to come onto. Leipzig were already gone by that point when he came on. But you've still got to do what Yang did, and the impressive part for me with Yang is he was dropping his shoulder, he was going by the big boy Henriks like he wasn't there. He done it once, he done it once, then he beat him again, and then before you know it, he started, and he was unlucky not to score. I did say that to Big Barry the other day, he was unlucky not to score. So, all in all, mate, I'd like to see us bring in a winger as well, but I do think that he'll try and bring in another forward. I do think he'll try and bolster the forward line. For the simple fact is, he'll want someone to bed in, Ryan, because for me, I know a lot of Celtic fans might not like hearing this, I think this could be Kyogo's last season with us, all in all. I think to me, man, he'll want to move on to pastures new. And what's giving me that inkling as well is the fact that he changed agency just a short period of time ago. So I do think that that's the players he'll try and bring in. I think he'll try and bring in a winger, a right back, and a forward. I think those are the kind of three players. And then it'll depend on who's injured, and then obviously we're obviously going to look at who we think might move on. But those are the kind of positions I feel Celtic are a wee bit light in numbers wise, right?
I think the winger situation, ideally yes, but then obviously you either need to move on Palmer or Yang, because he won't move on James Forrest. He'll be here probably until he retires or until he can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Maeda will be here until somebody puts in a massive bid, probably. Mm-hmm. And there's actually McCoon. Coon will be here until somebody puts in a massive bid and he'll be away. So they'll be here. So it's going to, you would probably need to let go either Palmer and Yang away on loan or sell them. Just by what I feel, I think the more likeliness would be Palmer, but the two of them. I'm not a fan of the two of them personally, but from what I've seen, Yang might be somebody that might just become to life now. He might be, but what he done against Leipzig, anytime he gets game time, that's what he's going to then do. And I know it's hard because it's very hard because if you're not playing every week, you're maybe in the stands 1 week and you're getting 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the stand for 2 weeks. You can train as much as you want, but if you're not playing football, it is hard. And especially maybe if it's a one each game or you're maybe 1-0 down, to then come up and we've seen it against them across the water when he came in and defensively wasn't great for Matondo's goal, can't finish, albeit. But if that was Yang fully fit, he might have done a better job. It's wee small sharpness, things like that impact you when you're on the bench. So I don't know where he would go with that, JP. He would probably need to either let Palmer or Yang go. But ideally, you're maybe looking at 2 or 3 players, JP, nothing major. But I'm going to say, I don't mean sign a left back, but sort out what's happening there. I think ideally find out what's happening with Valle so you can move on and find out what's happening with Taylor so you can then decide, do we need to go and spend a lot of money on a left? Well, I think no matter what, we need to go and spend, I know you don't need to spend, but we need to go and sign a top left back. Similar to like Engels or Admira money that's going to be here for 2 or 3 years and we're going to be obviously.
Do you think that'll be hard, Ryan, to do in January though? Do you think that might be hard? Because like you've said earlier, a lot of players don't want to part with, a lot of teams don't want to part with their players. Probably
the summer that would be, mate. I think you would need to find out what's happening with too. Then, as we all know, they'll probably have a list, right? Who's on the list for the summer? Try and get that deal done. I know you can't tap players up, but you can put feelers out. Try and get a deal done when the season's finished and then get embedded in for the qualifiers. So, but we'll see what happens in January, mate. But you'll probably see after maybe after the cup final and stuff, and maybe some rumours kicking about and stuff, and players maybe going and agents putting feelers out. So it'll be interesting, mate, to see what happens.
Well, indeed. I know something else that'll be interesting, mate. This very wee thing here. I think it's time to tell our viewers. He's already got his on suspense. I was waiting on a drum roll there, but it didn't come in for some reason. So, right, folks, on your running bar just now, you will see that the Celtic Unrestricted View do have another bonus ball on the go. Okay. So the bonus ball is for this signed Scotland jersey. And it is from it's signed by the squad that played in the match against England, the 2-2 draw at Hampden in 2017. I think it was the 10th of June, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm trying to kind of get out of my mind, mate, the date.
It was, put it this way, it was the time that Lee Griffiths made Joe Hart look like an amateur.
The best 2 to 3 minutes of your life,
Two of the best free kicks I've ever seen, mate. Aye. But anyway, folks, we now have a live bonus ball, and the bonus ball is from numbers 1 to 50, and it's £5 a shot per ball. So £5 a ball. If anybody wants a go on this, you can pay your £5 into this PayPal. Same rules apply. If you don't have PayPal, don't worry. Send us a message and we can sort you out.
Yes, Ange, it was. But Baz was on the bench, yeah.
It was. Yes, Barry Bannon was on the bench. I can't remember if he was he an unused sub that day, Ryan, or was he a used sub?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was definitely on the bench.
Francis, good man. Like I says, it's numbers 1 to 50. And fantastic opportunity to win a great prize. So Ryan, Francis says he'll send it to you. Look out for, if you are going to send your details over to the PayPal, please leave us your name so we can mark it in the book. Once all the numbers are filled, we will do a live draw the way we done for the ones that we've already done on the channel. Francis is saying he wants any numbers, so you can put in any numbers. Do you get to pick your own numbers? Well, you do, and yeah, but if Francis has took your numbers, then we'll let you know, obviously. So yeah. So yeah, we will. And the jersey was kindly donated by a good man, Mr. John Mulaney. So at the time, so yes, so that from MCM Framing, it was donated from, and yeah, let us know, folks. As like I says, if you don't have, I've tried to leave that PayPal up, Ryan, just so that folks. This isn't a bingo, Francis. You don't just get to pick your numbers. It's not a bingo. If you want numbers, you need to let us know what numbers you want.
Yeah, just let us know.
By sending us a message. And you can. So, Ange, do you want numbers yourself? Because you need to let us know. Numbers 1 to 50. Francis, you can get any numbers at all. Ryan will just you just pick them randomly, mate, and you can do that. I will take the banner away now, guys. I will put it back up just before we finish. I'll leave it on the running bar for now. It is in the running bar as well, the PayPal. So if anybody missed that, you will see it on the running bar that's running on our screen just now. So if anybody wants a shot, you can batter in. We know that what numbers go first. 1967. Here's your money then, Craig. He's your money, mate, and it's yours. Deal. Good deal, mate. Fan Davy Dozy. Ryan, just look out for Craig's money. It's on the way, mate, he said. Brilliant. I don't know about you, Ryan, but to be fair, it's a decent wee prize for anybody to win themselves, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, signed jerseys, I know they can be popular now, but no, I know if you're a Scotland fan, mate, it's an absolute brilliant thing to have. Obviously, some of the players are phenomenal players as well that have signed the jersey, so and some of them played in the game as well, and obviously Barry, I'm sure Barry signed it as well.
Ryan, hold on a second. Craig said he's nae PayPal. Craig, that's fine. Do you want a shot? Would you like to have a shot on it? Because if you do, send us a message on any of the platforms we've got: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can just send us a private message, mate, and we can sort that alternatively for you. Sorry, Ryan, on you go.
No, obviously, Baz was obviously part of the squad as well, so
yes.
There's loads of cracking players and brilliant players in that squad, mate, that have obviously signed and played for Scotland. So
you'll see Barry's signature. It's a wee tiny one. It's on the Oxters. It's on the sleeves.
No,
it's not even that. He's using a big massive pen about that size as well.
No, it's something obviously we can't put in for it. So it's something I would like to do as well myself, mate. But obviously it's for the viewers, it's not for us. So no, it's a fantastic.
He's just sent the money. He said there.
Right, okay, doke. Cheers, mate. It's a fantastic donation for John at MCM Payment Services. So thanks again, John. So yeah, hopefully it'll go to a good home.
Yeah, 100%. That's the idea. So we can get it to a good. There's lots of Scotland fans out there as well that like watching Scotland. I know I am as well. So I like watching Scotland. I'm not really too keen on the international scene itself, but I do support Scotland as well as Celtic. So yeah, Lee Massey's straight in there with a comment. Good evening, Lee. Hope you're well. He says Palma needs to be the first to go. In terms of departures, Ryan, are you reckoning that that's one of the ones that could be on the list on his road out the door?
Probably, mate. I would say that is it Lee there? Sorry, I think Lee's right there in terms of Palma. I think he's got some sort of ability, whether or not it's good enough to make Celtic better or make Celtic progress. I think he's a wee bit slow to the football that we want to play. I think the manager wants dynamic players, technical. I know he's technical, but you need to be more than just technical, I think, to play in this team under the manager. So I would say the manager maybe wants a lot quicker players. I think he's maybe wanting powerful players as well. The one thing that I want is I should have mentioned it when I said about signing, maybe no January, but maybe in the summer. If Hatate goes or if Engels goes, whoever, if somebody will probably need to go in the summer for this to happen, but somebody with a good bit of bite about them in the middle of the park. I know we keep going back to Wanyama or Scott Brown, but I think we're missing somebody like that in the middle of the park because I still feel we're still too technical, if that makes sense. Personally, I still want a wee bit of dig about us for Europe as well, and maybe that's just me personally. I don't know, but I think that's the thing we're missing. Is a wee bit of kind of that bruiser type player that can still play football. So, but departures, I would say Palma. Yeah,
is there any of the players though, Ryan? It seems to be like a dying breed now, does it not?
Me and you and Alan, we could probably sit here and go through players' lists and go and look at Scout and probably pick one or two players, JP, but that's not your job. Your job is just to debate and have opinions. The guys who get paid the top money at Celtic, that's down to them to look at for the manager and manager to pick new players. So I'll leave that to the top dogs, mate. But I'll say Palmer, I agree with a few of the comments. I agree with Lee there. Young, possibly, but again, you can't sell too many because you need to keep a squad as well for injuries and stuff. So I don't think many will go. Maybe one or two, Jay. I don't think many will go because you might need some as well if you progress for Europe as well, and hopefully you go to the cup finals. So the Scottish Cup final and then hopefully Europe. So you need a squad. So Palmer, yes. Yang possibly on loan. Nerowski maybe on loan, maybe at a push. So I think that maybe Francis Tully might go on loan. Maybe somebody in the bottom half of the league or the championship. Some of the youth guys might want game time. Apart from that, mate, I don't think we'll see much out personally.
We've got a wee message here. Wee Wally Collins back on the show tonight. He says, "Evening lads, late to the show. Hope you're both well." He's probably still doing the VAR meetings for the game at the sending off it he never gave for a tatty as well. It's one of the ones. The set of rosary beads are on the way, Willie. Good man. Well, we were chatting to Ryan Christophson as well. He says, hail, boys and girls. Hope you're well. We've got a wee message here. What a name this is, the scout. Don't know what he's scouting right enough, but the message just reads, we've had the young lad Prentice at left back at Hearts watch the last few months.
He plays
Is he in today with the boy Penrice that plays at left back for Hearts? Prentice, I'm not sure if that's the.
I think that's his name. James Penrice. Aye.
God's sake, man.
He played by
Talk about humour bypass, guys. This is what I've got to deal with on a day-to-day basis, folks, honestly.
I did say to you at the weekend there that I actually thought the boy was brilliant against him across the water at the weekend. I thought he was different class for him. Again, I'm not saying go and sign him. I'm just saying that
he's got some engine, by the way.
I agree with the comment. I was going to say caller there. The commenter there, the scout, that I was impressed with him against him across the water. But well, no, he's going to play with Celtic. I don't know. I really don't know. But he did do well against NJP.
He did. No, he was excellent. What I like about him as well, mate, he's got that natural ability to drive. He just drives with the ball. And he's got really good energy. What I don't like about him, though, is he sometimes thinks he's a goalie when he's not, because he defends like the base out of rollers, you know.
No, that's corner goals you're talking about.
No. Look at the man against us at Celtic Park, man. He was, you know. Well, I thought when we were playing them, when he gave away the penalty when we beat Hearts, I actually thought Gladys Knight the Pips were doing a gig at Parkhead, man. He was giving it all that and all the kind of moving and all that he was doing. So
the next Tony Adams, isn't
it? By the way, I reckon Penrice has been taking the Hearts training sessions when Naismith get a bullet.
he's in the YBs, wasn't he? He's in the yoga box first in the gym.
YBs, aye. Don't know what YB is. You're a professional football player. What are you talking about? You don't know what YB is. Aye. YB, aye, YBs. Yankee Bravos.
Different class, man.
Brilliant, man. But no, listen, he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. Lee Massey's put in a wee comment there again. He says areas we need to strengthen is right centre back, centre midfield, been linked with a boy Lennon Miller for Motherwell, left winger, someone who can compete with Maeda, and also a striker. Need another option. Yeah, I've kind of I agree with the striker. I do think we need someone else, but I also think, Lee, that this could be Kyogo's last season with us as well. So we could be back to square one with that one as well. And who knows? You know, don't really know what's around the corner. But I feel that Kyogo's days at Celtic might be numbered, mate. I think he might be looking to move elsewhere because, I mean, he's changed agency there as well. Players don't normally do that unless they're trying to get themselves something bigger or better. Or just better, or a change or something. So, yeah, as I said, it'll be an interesting one, Ryan. I think lads like Stephen Welsh and guys like Mike Narotsky, and I think some of these lads need to, they need to move on because they're not going to play any part. There's no point in, I mean, what was it we called them the other day? Jersey fillers. John Baird was saying that. You get them in every team, okay, but I I really don't want to. I wouldn't want to keep a hold of them. I think we could probably sell both of them and just bring one player in to to replace that, but do it right and do it that way. You know that you're bringing in a great level of quality. Obviously, this is Paul Tilsdale's job. I think he'll be the man that's out trying to use his knowledge and contact book to help with that. For me, Celtic have set the bar really high, Ryan. Celtic have set the bar now that there's an expectation now going to come for the fans. Because we've spent the money we spent on Engels, and obviously we spent out that money we did on Big Ida. I think we need to then keep that going. I'm not saying that's what we're going to do in every transfer window by all means. I don't mean that, but every period of time, mate, there will be one signing where we spend quite a bit of money. You look at Austin Trusty. There was a comment coming off a Scout there. He said, "What's your initial impressions of Trusty?" He's an absolute beast, an absolute man mountain, who's also a very tidy footballer as well, and he's got a great turn of speed. So I really think that, you know, we have got ourselves a cracker there in Austin Trusty, Ryan. I really, really do. But I would like to see Nawrocki and Stephen Welsh. You've mentioned Tony Ralston as well. But I'd like to see, you know, those lads moving on also, because they're just sitting there. I mean, they're Garden wages, mate. They're training okay, but they're no. This is the rotten thing I know about reserve football not being there anymore, because they're not playing. And Stephen Welsh can't play for the B squad, or he can't. So the only time Stephen Welsh is getting to play is if I've got a mid-season friendly against teams like Sligo Rovers. Mm-hmm. And even then he looks out of sorts. You know? But when he comes in, he's been at the team that long, Ryan, that he just looks miles away. Absolutely miles away. So Austin Trusty, I really think is an absolute belter in the making, mate. I really do. And I think with, you know, his performance levels at Atalanta, Ryan, I don't know about you, mate, but I've just seen him grow since then.
Yeah, Austin is Austin. Austin's been really good.
He's in the America squad, isn't he? He's been picked for the USA. Yeah.
I know it just shows you, but him and Valle were doubted as no very good players after the Fall Cup game, and then ever since end up in fans want him starting every game. So, like I say, I'm maybe a bit more. I try my best to stand a bit back now when players sign. I try and give him at least a run of games. Like for me, Palmer and Yang have had enough game time now to really show us everything. There's other guys in the team as well, like Ralph, and we've seen guys play a lot that we think yes or no. Nawrocki, we've not seen too much of him, but I'm maybe getting back and maybe I don't think he's good enough personally. I still feel we can't judge fully because we've not seen him enough, but the manager's obviously not even playing him in the JP at all. He's hardly ever on the bench sometimes as well. So I think Nawrocki, I'd probably say go on loan for him, but I think Stephen Welsh, it's down to him now to decide what he wants his career. Does he want to just sit at Celtic? Listen, I don't know what you feel, JP, right? But see when you play with a team and you're winning trophies, right? But see if you're not really playing, you don't feel part of it. You feel like you've my team's won, but see if you've not been in the squad for the final or you've not really played.
Well, there you go. There's another name there, Thiago Home.
I don't know if he's injured or he's just not playing. I don't know. I don't know.
Big Rab's put in a comment there saying that Rogers says that Holmes been injured most of the season.
Well, that's maybe why he's not been picked for the European squad then. Could be, who knows.
Scout says a few SPL clubs have inquired about Home on loan.
I say on that, I don't know, JP. That if the Scout's right, that probably could come up in the next few weeks for January.
Definitely got to be an option you're looking at.
Yeah, I think Trusty's been good. I think he'll turn out to be a good signing. He might even turn out, I know 6 million is no mega expensive.
Playing at Champions League level away,
Yeah,
right? 6 million looking like an absolute bargain.
It might look like a bargain, mate, in a good few months' time. So
Yeah.
I think he's been fine for us, absolutely fine. He's solid, he's quick, he's strong. Thiago Home, I think there's a player there. Whether or not it's going to play with Celtic every week, I don't know. I really don't know. So I think he's better at getting loan, get some game time, get a bit of fitness involved, get some minutes in the legs. Good question, John. At the moment, nobody, because I think the midfield right now is well balanced. For me, I love Bernardo, but
it's the greatest part of the team, man, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
Certain midfields are going to sit certain games, but for me, I know I love everybody who watches this podcast and knows me personally. I think Bernardo's going to go right to the top. But I think because of the money we're paid for Engels and what I've seen for Engels so far, I think Engels, McGregor and Hatate's are midfield three, then Bernardo and then McKibben. But that's not to say McKibben's fifth choice, but that's just my order. But I would say that I feel that they two would come in and replace Alana Ray, know that they two would start. But certain games at the weekend, like Bernardo could have played, McKibben could have played. I think Engels, that doesn't suit him. That Astral Party it didn't suit him at all. McKibben might have been better playing there about Bernardo, so who knows, JP. But Welsh and Nerowski, I think Stephen Welsh, JP, now, was he 24, 25? You going to put that? I think he's need to start looking at what he wants his career. Is he wanting to just sit and get a decent wage, be part of the squad and win medals? Or does he actually want to go and play football and can have his career? Look, listen, he's had a career. Played some games with Celtic, he's played in Europe, I get that, he's been part of trebles, listen, absolute fair play to Steve Welsh, but there's gets to a certain time in your career where you need to go, right, I know I'm not going to be playing here, I've got belief I can, but the manager's not going to play me, so is it going to Aberdeen, is it going to the Championship, is it going away abroad? I think now's the time where Stephen will need to think about maybe what he's got to do longer term.
Hold on a minute. You try to hang me. You try to get Jimmy Tielan's transfer one day underway now. Just before we've even.
I won't deal with any kind of play against us, obviously.
See that? I know. By the way, get that.
I know.
Honestly, seriously, like that is mental. Why would you not want the player to play against you? Let him experience what it's like.
Obviously, you don't rate him. You don't rate him, so why not let him play?
Well, I mean, that's it. You've loaned them out for a reason. But then, Ryan, we know, especially with younger guys, I mean, look at Big Aya, young Ryan Christie. These lads were loaned out for a view of bringing them back to the team. Now, at the time, us as fans are going, he's not really fancied. That's what we see all the time, isn't it? I mean, you look at he's not really fancied. Manager can't rate him. He's about on loan. That'll do we know a year or two down the line. Look at Liam Scales. That'll do we know a year or two down the line. But Liam Scales was in the Aberdeen team. He could beat with Davil. He played. He started. He was in the team. And he's went for that now to getting man of the match performances in the Champions League. So football's a funny game. It's a funny place, mate. And things can change very quickly for you. With the right manager, the right way of working, the right doing things, anything's possible for these guys. But I'm afraid there is always that other side of things as well. That when you get so far in your training, you get players will stay stagnant. They'll just stay still. They don't have that step up in them. You look at guys like Gary Mackay-Steven. Him and Stuart Armstrong were signed for Celtic at the same time. Stuart Armstrong's career at the time went that way, and Gary Mackay-Stevens went that way. Now, go back 6 months before both of them signed. Gary Mackay-Steven was actually more thought of than Stuart Armstrong. You know? So I really think certain players have got it in them to be able to take their game on a level. Other players have got it in them to just stay static and make themselves a good career, but they're not going to be able to play top level.
I think as players, JP, if you're not playing every week and you're not going to get game time, listen, you can all have belief that you can get there, but if the manager's not playing you and he's not had a word with you, like keep going and keep playing, keep training hard, you will get a chance. Unless you've had that conversation with the manager and you know a plan for yourself, then you're turning every week. Like Scott Bain. Scott Bain's training every week, knowing that he's not playing this Saturday or during the week. He knows, unless Michael's cut his finger off or he's broke his nail or he's done something ridiculous, Michael's playing every week. And Sinisal's going to be number 2. So, well, no, I think Scott, listen, I don't know ins and outs anything. Scott Bain, I've heard, might be potentially coaching role in a few years. That's why he's building up to it. I don't know if it's true. It could be true. If that's the case, then I understand why he's still there. But why is he still down as a third choice goalkeeper? If that's what he's doing as well, I think that's I don't know about me, but JP, I think Scott Bain knows he's not playing, so he's turning up every week, training hard, knowing for me that would be demoralising personally. Turning up every week, travel and listen, it's a lovely lifestyle. Fantastic, brilliant, but you're not playing and you play football to play. You get involved in football to play football. You don't get involved in football to just sit in the stands and get trophies and money. Aye, it's good, but surely you've got to have something about you to go, I want to go and play.
Yeah.
Why
did you comment on the YouTube? All you had to do was just share it. You're talking here.
I wish I was that good at multitasking, mate.
I'm good at that, by the way. I'm good at multitasking. I can mess up about 4 or 5 different things all at one time.
That's another show that we call it.
Definitely, aye.
No, I think players need to get to a certain stage, IP, where they need to think about their career and where they're going to go. And there's only so long. Listen, look, I made the mistake when I was younger. There was 1 or 2 teams where I came back with injuries and stuff, and I wasn't playing. But because of the team was winning trophies, and I liked the changing room, and I stayed, and I should have went. But you get stuck in that environment where you're enjoying the company of your teammates, your team's winning. So I get that point that you want to stay for that. I get it, but as a professional player, sure you want to go and play and earn your coin as well. Said they just because when I played, I wasn't getting paid. I was paying a tenner a week, so I'm paying a tenner. I was getting paid to do that. So, but if you're getting paid, surely you want to go and earn the money as well. But I get the both sides of it. But looking back now, if it was me in that situation, that guys like Scott Bain and Welsh, Nerowski, guys like that are in, Yang and stuff, I'd want to go and play football, JP person. I'd want to be going and try to go and play football alone, then maybe come back if I had a bit more maybe strength or fitness or whatever else. But I don't know what you feel on that, mate, but I think it gets to a stage where you need to go, right, I've done my best here, I'm not going to get game time, try and get my agent to try and get me a move, either full-time or loan, and then see what happens with the rest of my career.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I find it baffling with Stephen Welsh. I really do. He's just sitting there and he's not really doing much. There's a comment there for Scout. Again, the Scout. I'm going to answer this because we've spoke at length regarding this comment. Scout says, Frame, Cummings and Davey should be in the first team squad. I'm just going to briefly say that they're miles away. Miles away. The lad Turley is ahead of every one of them. And he can't even get in it. They are miles away. Miles. And the reason I'm saying they're miles is because of the gap. The gap is humongous. They can't even beat teams in the Lowland League week in and week out. They can't do it consecutively and keep winning there. They have no chance up against teams like Aberdeen, Rangers, Hearts, Hibs, week in and week out. Ryan, help me out. These lads would just get swallowed.
Well,
absolutely swallowed alive.
It goes to comment. John says, B teams are Lowland League. Nobody being disrespectful, but it's a who's golf.
Miles. Absolutely miles. Nowhere near.
It's a massive golf. Listen, obviously we've seen East
listen, in terms of his development, he's miles ahead of those lads in terms of football. I've seen every one of them play. In terms of footballing ability and everything else, he is miles ahead of the boys, and he can't even get
obviously,
albeit he's been on the bench and everything else. But you know, you talk about the boy Cummings, right? Yeah, he's scoring goals. But who's he scoring the goals against?
That again is a good point as well. I can give the scout that. As a good point.
They also train with him every day. Bearing in mind, Brendan's got a big bulk of him training with the team every single day.
But you look at obviously as well.
That was something Brendan was really big on for he came back.
You look at obviously East Kilbride beat a very strong air team, so it is a good level, right? But if you try to go for the Celtic first team, when again it's no disrespect because obviously I know Mick personally, I know a few guys when about the lowland leagues.
Look at Wilson Lovell, Ryan. There's a great example of every Celtic fan and their granny.
He was brilliant for Fleetwood.
He's going to be massive.
He came back here.
He's going to be brilliant. He was like a turtle out of water.
Nothing.
Honestly. Hee-haw.
It's a massive... it's already going and playing...
Yeah, step up.
I get the scouts saying there that if they come up and train and listen, they will build up and they will play, but the best thing for me, again, it's not through experience, it's just through what I've learned through the years speaking to guys on here and other people that I've spoke to that I know in the game. You're better going playing football than training. So these young boys are better going to United or Partick Thistles or Aberdeen or St Mirren on loan and getting game time than training with the Celtic first team. Yes, they might learn off better players, but they're not going to get game time. So they'll get back to the Lowland League, maybe get 90 minutes or 60 minutes in a league they can't win. They can't win a league. So the competitive is gone because they're turning up playing, either getting 3 points, but what's the 3 points getting?
Well, this is it. The lads do not have any incentivisation in the league. They don't have anything.
It's good playing football. Aye, they're getting game time, which is good. They're playing against men, which strong men, physical men that have played professional in the past. But I just wish that...
Well, here's my take on it, Ryan. We've both played the game, right? These lads can't win games down there. In my opinion, Ryan, they should be the best. They're being coached the best way.
They're full time as well.
That's what I'm saying. They're full time as well. And these lads don't get results with these teams every week. Football's changing. It's massively changing. You look at East Kilbride the other night, they beat Ayr United. And just a short period of time ago, Scott Brown was being tipped for the St Johnson job because he was doing that great a job and everybody thought his football was tremendous. They get beat with East Kilbride the other night. And they disrespect East Kilbride. By the way, they're very well coached under Mick Kennedy and Cy Ferry and the lads there. They do very well. And I watched them the other night. They play some really good football.
See their pressing, by the way. It was phenomenal. It was really, really good.
This is why I'm saying football is changing. It doesn't matter whether you're full-time, part-time. It's what you're willing to put in. It's what you're willing to give it and put in. And if you don't do the hard yards, you're not going to have any joy, or you're going to have very little joy when it comes a Saturday or a Sunday. But in terms of young lads, like, it's not the way it was many moons ago where you could throw Mark Butcher into the League Cup semi-final and you're going to do well, and Sean Maloney into the Cup final, and bringing Ed McGeady on at Ibrox, and there's not one young boy you could do that with. It would get absolutely swallowed. That mob across the water have tried it with a wee guy out of Ice Age. And absolutely... No, but I know you're laughing now. It's men against boys, mate. Absolutely swallowed. Not good enough. And that's where they are.
I can get the point as well. Listen, the boys need a chance at some point to prove it. Right?
KT was one in a blue moon. KT was one of the lads in a blue moon that comes along now and again, and he's just...
to be fair to KT, he took his chance, to be fair. And you can see...
He was a 17-year-old boy full of confidence, ready to go, and that was his time. And football's sometimes all about timing also.
His first few games, he was pulling up with tightness and cramp because he wasn't physically ready. But after a while, he got fitter and stronger, and he was really, at 18, 19, he was a mountain man. He was absolutely tremendous. He was strong and fast. But Ronnie Dyer seen something in him, and he put him on the team. So if Brendan Rodgers thought that any of these guys were good enough right now, they'd be getting more game time. In my opinion, it's just my opinion, right? If he thought Tully was good,
An absolute no-brainer.
He'd be getting 15, 20 minutes in a game. You're 3 or 4 nothing up.
Turnley has played games.
Aye, but he'd be getting a long period of time. If he thought that he was good enough to come in and step into this first team right now, he'd be getting 10, 15, 20 minutes, a lot of domestic games to build them up and build them up and build them in. But he's no. Why is that? Because I don't think he feels he's good enough just yet. I don't know that through gospel. I'm just reading between the lines that if he thought any of the youth boys were good enough, if they were better than Ralston, Scales, Taylor...
There's another lad. I mean, there's another big lad there just now that he used over in the USA when we were over there in the summer. The big lad Donovan, the kind of right fullback lad.
Yeah.
He was quite tall and
I can't say I've seen much.
No. But this is what I'm saying. You know, if these lads were up to a level of standard or are regularly hitting numbers and regularly hitting their, you know. For me, they would win the team, man. I mean, Tony Ralston and Stephen Welsh wouldn't be sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do think that the lad, oh my God, I've had a long day. What's the big lad's name? I do apologise if he's watching. The big lad we've loaned out, he's a centre-back, Dane Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Dane Murray. Sorry, Dane, if you're watching there. I didn't mean to forget your name. I've just had one of the busy days today, mate. But I do believe he's the next one to come through now. It might mean that Stephen Welsh, he did get a bad injury, and it's certain back mega, Ryan. I reckon he would win the team now. I really do. And I think he might be ahead of, like, say, Stephen Welsh when the time comes, maybe even next season. Who knows? But I do think Brendan gave him a new contract, Ryan, and then loaned him out. Was it Dunfermline he went to?
Queen's Park, was it? No?
Was it Queen's Park? Right, okay.
Maybe.
It's the same with the other lad. The wee fella with the red hair. What's his name?
Joey Dawson.
No. Ben Summers.
Mm-hmm.
He's been put over to Admira Wacker.
Mm-hmm.
With the Matthew with the other boy Matthew Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
For me, there's a good chance the lads are going to, you know, Celtic must see something in these lads. Otherwise, they would have moved these boys on in the summer. So there's a good chance Celtic might have another look at these guys. You know, I feel that, you know, like say Dane Murray and lads like that, I feel he might be the next one that comes into the side. The lad Tully will be there or thereabouts. I think that boy has got tremendous quality. I mean, I've seen that boy a number of times. You know,
he's only 17, 18. He's young. He's really young.
I think the boy, Brendan gave him a long-term deal as well. So I think he sees something in him. So I really do think that, you know, that him and the boy Murray, I think they two could be the next ones. But after that, mate, I mean, any more, you could, you know, it's going to be a roll of dice to see who comes in next because, listen, what I will say, if the lad Cummings is scoring goals at any level, you know, he's champing the right doors, you need to then have a look at him and you need to say, right, let's, you know.
Well, look at what happened.
We need to look at him. We need to be serious about this lad if he's scoring. The numbers of goals he's hitting just now, Ryan. I mean, that's quite admirable, mate.
If he keeps doing that, then he's probably got to get either on the bench or he's got to get some chance because that would be unfair on the lad. If he's knocking them in and knocking them in and knocking them in at that level, the level that he can only play at, then they've got to have a wee look at him to see if he can come up.
Kaiser reckons the next young Scottish player on the Celtic side will be Lennon Miller.
Who knows, Kaiser? It could be. I think it would probably be sensible for Celtic to sign him. They're probably the only Scottish club, like I said the other day when me and you and John spoke, he's Celtic the only club in Scotland that could afford them. I personally feel that if Celtic don't come in from soon, then somebody abroad might come in and kind of take him, because I think a lot of Scottish young players are looking at this and going, right, I might look at Celtic squad now. Am I going to play right now? Maybe no. I'll go anyway, but then when you get a good bid from maybe Genoa, Bologna, teams like that, they've seen what's happened with Josh Doig, they've seen what's happened with Ferguson. all right, I might get a good chance here to. The youth boys, I think, have got to get shown a pathway. The difference is Lennon Miller, at the young age he is, he's playing every week in Motherwell. He's playing 90 minutes a lot of the games. He's been quite injury free.
He's now captain, Motherwell.
He's been injury free for what I've seen for a while. He don't get many injuries. So again, he's got to think about. For me, if we sign him, I would sign him from January with the option to go back out on loan either to the summer or keep him another year at Motherwell. So say you sign him in a 4 or 5 year deal, say 5-year deal, Motherwell keep him for another 18 months or so. Let him build up because we've got McKibben, we've got Bernardo, we've got Engels, McGregor.
Yeah, see the recent reports though, Ryan, if Celtic are willing to pay that kind of money for it, there is no danger Celtic are paying that amount of money and then going to loan him for a full year back to Motherwell. That's not happening.
I'm just trying for the boys' development though. I
get you. I get you.
If he comes here and he's sitting on the bench, you're stopping his growth because the boys not playing. So there's got to be a pathway. Is it for Lennon Miller? If it's the boys got Cummins, Steady, Joey Dawson, whoever it is, they've got to have some sort of pathway because we have seen, right now, me and you can only talk about what we are seeing with no inside information. We don't know anything else.
Yeah.
To what I've seen, I could be totally wrong. If anybody watches the youth players every week or there's a coach that watches them come in and tell me I'm wrong or whatever, from what we can see right now, there's not one player that's good enough to come in and play consistently at a level. It's a youth player. Am I wrong?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Francis touches on it there and said it's very hard when our core first team players are performing at current levels. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're all sitting here shouting about we want to see more of Luke McCown in the Celtic team because we believe he has quality enough to go and do that. I mean, he can't even get in the team. We can't.
Here's one, right? We obviously saying Lennon Miller's a top talent, right? If we not got somebody in our youth that's good enough, is that not telling you that it's not? Because why are we spending £5 million on a Motherwell?
Brian, I think that's a fair argument, mate. I really do. And just say for talk's sake, the Lennon Miller thing goes ahead, and it is what's been reported that it's over the 4 million or whatever mark. You know, you've got to be asking the question. Then what is it you're doing wrong as a club? Yeah, like what's going on? Is it because of the development, the B team? Playing in a lowland league, doing this, blah, blah, blah. We don't know. But we'll just need to wait and see. I think the January window is going to be interesting, Ryan, for all the fans, because we can all probably sit and second guess, mate, what we would do, what they would do. Listen, mark my words now, the January window has maybe already been done. I wouldn't be surprised if it's been certainly already underway. And players all know what's happening in terms of movement. Brendan's probably had meetings with people, Zoom calls, whatever it is, the guys do now. I mean, we understand and all. Arnie Engels, by the way, massive congratulations to Arnie. He started tonight for Belgium. So well done, young man. Your hard efforts haven't went missed. And the Belgian manager's obviously willing to give you an opportunity. So
by the way, that shows you the sort of player we've got on our hands, by the way.
100%. No, listen,
starting for Belgium.
You do realise though, if any of you English Premier League guys are watching, like Jason Koundé, Jamie O'Hara, any of you boys, you do realise that, you're talking serious dough for Engels now. He's now had his first start for Belgium. We paid 11 million, so now we're going to be looking for a handsome fee back just for that alone. By the way, he's still going to progress forward. And how you doing, Alan? Hope you're well, mate.
Even Alan.
Hope you've got a wee note for your mammy, mate, as to why you're around 10 minutes late for a.
It was probably Danny's weekly wash on his football slips, mate.
Oh, the Lisbon Lions out in his back garden again. Brilliant, man.
It's getting cold now, so he's got to use his tumble dryer now, do you know what I mean?
Honestly, he's got it on for Mason, no, Simpson, Craig and Gemmell. And it just... Honestly, brilliant, man. Absolutely
brilliant. Mannequins outside for the subs.
He took his dog a walk earlier on, the dog ran by Jinky's jersey. He's like, don't jump up, don't jump up.
Frankie, sit down.
I know. Takes a dogger walk and as Craig says there, it's walk on, walk on. But aye, as I say, it's all good. It's all good. I say we could probably sit here and chat till the cows come home, mate, about obviously Celtic, what they're going to do in the January window.
Yep.
We just need to wait and see. It's good to get your views though, mate, in terms of where your thoughts are, where the January window, what we could be looking at. Obviously we know what Big Alan's looking at. He's looking at holidays now again. He's probably looking for his next one away already.
That's when you need to tell the punters. That's where the money's going. It's got to Alan's trip to Dubai to buy more trips.
No, the thing is, we're doing another bonus spot to try and fund the next guy we need to pay to come in and take Alan's spot because he's not here. But he's another holiday.
By the way,
when do you want to tell him that his annual leave's not been approved? You want to tell him yet?
We'll tell him once he's washed all his strips.
We'll tell him once he's done his washings, man. Aye. He just cost his missus £600 a lecky ball trying to do the washings, man. Honest to God.
Alan, what we'll do is, mate, the bonus ball money can just pay your lecky ball for your strips.
Well, that'll be the next podcast, Scott. That's going to be the next one. How many shots is Alan buying in the transfer window? How many shots is Alan buying in the window? Instead of who's Celtic going to sign?
Is Willie Collum willing to donate one of his jerseys for the podcast? No.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We need to get that wee black and white number you used to wear on Gladiators as well, mate. Know what I mean? See if we can get that. Gladiators ready!
Big John Anderson.
Big Johnny boy, aye. That's his dad.
Aye.
That's Willie Collins, old boy.
We'll need to get tell you who we go on with our banter. Big Ron's quality snacks. We need to get him in. Lean
Ron's
bacon.
Quality snacks. We tried to get him to sponsor us, didn't we, man? But he was wanting a wee drizzle of curry sauce along with the deal and it wasn't happening.
Go! Right, JP, ready? Go!
Is the camera rolling yet? Is it rolling? Are we rolling? That bacon's not going to cook itself, Ron.
Doing a bit of rapping he's doing, isn't it?
He done one a couple of weeks ago on TikTok, man. I'm not kidding you on a good vet. I brought it back to life, man. He gave a guy in a roll and I'm like, oh my God. And it's not that. The guy came back a minute later and they were still rolling the camera and he says to him, here, mate, is that bacon been cooked? Everyone's like that. Aye, how? What do you mean? He says, well, it's just started eating on my roll. Honestly,
what a guy, man. Brilliant.
What a guy, we're on. He's always inventing stuff, isn't he?
He's just naming things, isn't he? He's just naming it.
Ron's chili chatty box.
Oh, brilliant. What a guy, man.
A drizzle of curry sauce, no, for an hour of talking shite on TikTok, man. Brilliant.
It's not even a drizzle, it's like a half a spoonful of curry sauce.
It's not even a drizzle, man, it's a splat. He dropped that much curry sauce, man. He slipped on it and people thought he'd diarrhea.
That's what we should do. We go live, by the way, and I'm over on that. Hey, go!
Aye, go. Get Big Alan. By the way, Big Alan will think that means go to the puggy.
We'll need to worry in. We worry. Right, Gladiators, ready.
Aye, we worry. Starting him his black and white number on. Turned the black there. He brought a zebra with him, look.
Well, whistle.
Aye.
Oh, brilliant.
This black and white eats like a horse, a zebra.
He's right, my joke on the radio. It was funny, wasn't it, by the way?
Aye, no.
Wee fish cake, man.
Oh, man. If anybody listened to that, and by the way, we're not allowed back on the radio because you were telling jokes on it. Honest to God. But, aye. Big Alan, these 4 boys off, beat the pundit, man. Brilliant. Superb. Good boys, I know.
You're going to stop saying boys?
I know. He's like, jump about all over the place like Gaubo with his shotgun.
You keep this, man. You keep this.
You keep this. Ask him if he's yours, boss. He's your Celtic tap, ya bam.
Shut it, Gaubo.
Aye, 100%.
Oh, brilliant.
But, no, good to chat again, mate. Good to, as I said, good to come back on and don't start with the boys. Aye, good boys, I know. Going to stop saying boys. Sorry, mate, you've already made a boss here.
Aye. Alan will be like you with old Ronnie. Park in the sky.
And James says, no, your joke was crap.
Oh, all right.
It was bad. It
I
was,
know.
man. It was.
But I guarantee you,
bad.
I guarantee it cheers somebody up though.
I heard a bang and I thought it was a tumbleweed scaling me in the back of the head after you told it.
That was just Wally going, Gladiators ready!
Aye. That wasn't it. That was wee Ron coming in with his drizzle of curry sauce and pouring it all over Toby. You just hear a scream. That was Toby. He burnt on my toes. By the way, see if Tony wasn't there, by the way, would I get burnt?
No, brilliant, man.
One of the ones. But all in all, good chat. That'll be us now, folks. We are going to take a wee break now till Monday. We'll be back Monday with a dial-in at 8:30. We do hope you lads and ladesses are well. Have a great weekend.
Yep.
There is a couple of episodes, folks. If you are not got much today and you still want to watch a show, there is two actually from this week. So we've done one in the Morven Lounge. That's on the video section of the YouTube channel. And also the one with John Baird is in the live section of the YouTube channel as well. As I said, folks, we are doing a bonus ball. I'll put it back up now, as I promised. Before we go, it's for this jersey here. Scotland jersey. And it was the day that Scotland played England at Hampden in 2017. And they drew 2-2. Lee Griffiths with 2 tremendous free kicks. Bonus ball. It has been signed by the full match squad, guys. Okay, so every one of the signatures are on the strip. Barry Bannon was also part of that squad as well. The bonus ball is £5 a ball. And if you want to take a shot, guys, the PayPal is that there that's on the screen. RyanClifford9@aol.co.uk. When you are paying it, guys, please leave a wee note of who you are so we know who you are and we can put you on the sheet. When the numbers are done, the numbers 1 to 50. So 2 are already gone. We've now got 48 numbers left because we've got no, he doesn't know. We've just but thanks for grassing us in, Scott. Cheers, mate. Alan doesn't know.
All referees are grass, Wally.
See, we all know about referees, man. He's done it again, man. By the way, he doesn't even need to go to VAR with that there. My goodness. Start drawing the lines, draw the lines, Wally, quick.
Right, don't talk about lines. And our referees getting done for that, so don't talk about lines.
Don't talk about it. You bring a lot of bad memories back to my schooling days if you start talking about lines.
Aye, rules.
Aye. One of my rules get snapped in the middle of class. What I didn't tell you was the teacher was being cheeky and I rattled it right in his nut.
Don't say that, mate. You get done for abuse now, man.
I'm joking for anybody at all. I'm only joking. I was a great boy at school. I actually love school. I did at one point. Maybe not my early days of school, but moving into secondary and further up secondary school, I went.
Mind that the lines, I must not do this, I must do this.
Well, Big Alan's going to get them sent to him tonight. I must not be late the next time for a podcast when the boys are live.
Mind that I know in school. I don't know why you used to get to game and get your mad dad to put your jotters in wallpaper.
Oh, remember that? I know, that was brilliant, man.
And then the next time, if you didn't do that, you were getting a punny for it.
I was nothing. See, my mum take it dead seriously. So my mum used to take me down to Capone's all the time when it needed done, man. She's like, right, pick out wallpaper. What one do you want? She's got a guy measuring it and all that. And,
didn't carry his carpets to get a carpet in the jotters. Oh, brilliant.
Aye, 100%. But yes, so a full match squad signed Scotland top up for grabs, folks. Bonus ball is now live. We have 48 numbers left. Ryan will do Francis's numbers at random, so you can let us know once we come off, Ryan, what you've picked. For anybody else that wants a shot, that's the PayPal you need to pay into. If you don't have PayPal, don't worry. Contact us by direct mail. You can message us after we finish on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can get us through Ron's Quality Snack Wendy's as well if you want.
We'll need to get him to make the unrestricted view
be
burger.
available. Aye, the unrestricted view toasty.
Aye, lean bacon only.
Lean bacon only. Aye.
Tiger bread as well. We need a bit of tiger bread in this warm weather with a nice hot soup.
A waft of spicy mince.
Oh, lovely.
And
you got a kidney beans fruit in that.
We're going to get us a wee Christmas line. We'll get mince pies and all that on it, and on steak pies and.
Can we get the Paw Patrol toasties? The Roy Mackay toasties.
Aye. Every time you press one in, it transforms into an Audi for you or something like that to get you up the road because it's snowing.
Aye.
Don't press that button. You get scalped in the face with a wing mirror. The transforming scone.
Brilliant, man.
Aye. A sconing tea at 3:30 to make the day a little brighter.
Scone.
Take your cakes and fancy tarts and give them to Ron to stick them up his shite-owl. Brilliant.
Brilliant, man.
Well, enough hilarity for us for one night, mate. For you good folks, take care, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the Scotland game tomorrow if you are looking forward to it. Remember, don't be a stranger. Get on the bonus ball, get a chance to win that Scotland jersey, guys. But above all else,
take care.
Hail, and we will see you on Monday. Have fun, guys. Bye-bye.